Guardians takes place in Mozambique, and it's in Coutada 11 concession in the Zambezi Delta ecosystem. All across Africa, there are anti-poaching ranges that are safeguarding wild places, and often they are not the ones that get enough recognition. Through this series, our hope is really that we can shine a light on the work that these people are doing to safeguard wildlife.
So when we first arrived, we did a whole bunch of interviews with the various anti-poaching unit members to try and see who would be a good fit and who could become our core group of characters, essentially.
We're trying to tell real stories about real people, and there's no hosts that we're following. So we're following the real lives of Mfana and his men. We speak to Mfana about real things that have happened and events that he has witnessed and his men have gone through. And we've structured some of the episodes around that, and we go out looking for those things. It doesn't look that great. I found that if you shoot at 33 or 36 frames, it helps make the fire look a little bit meaner. So on a typical day,
We had 5
seconds. And Keenan, myself, and Sean were up at about 4:30.
This is a normal morning. The team coming out into the Fortuna to go out and film. Got the ORSA Mini 12K OLPF, the G2 for low light stuff. Got the Pocket 6K Pro and the gimbal. The original 12K over there. This one's got the 20 to 120 Fusion on. It's a serious amount of cameras for the show.
Yeah, it's our new mode of transportation, and not the easiest for the camera and that.
Once we're out on the road, the motorbikes become quite a tricky thing because obviously we've got big cameras, backpacks, and the entire team cruises out on motorbikes to go and shoot a motorbike scene.
This is where we are riding through this very thick jungle because where we're going, can't really get there unless we're on foot or on motorbike. So yeah, this is quite interesting.
Driving on the sand, it ain't easy, baby.
And it's incredibly humid, so your camera's mist up in the morning. You're not sure that they're going to work for the whole trip because it is so humid and it's having a heavy impact on them.
Ebo,
Making a plan?
We're often out all day, get our footage, we head back to camp and we drop our little cards off with Joe. And from then, Joe's going through and combing this footage, looking for moments that could work for the episode that we're shooting.
It was really interesting coming onto this job, Guardians, as an editor. My edit suite is a tent. The temperature currently now in Mozambique is in the high 40s, and my tent is like a sauna. Power is not as easily as accessible as it is in Cape Town. So there's all these factors that adds to the adventure of this job, which I hope reflects positively in the storytelling.
There's only 4 of us doing everything, and you know, simple things like getting in Toyota Land Cruiser with an Argo attached on a trailer, driving through some of the most inhospitable landscapes that you can find. All the while shooting the whole scene for the day, thinking of sound, making sure that time codes are in sync, making sure that the lenses are clean, making sure that you got the right gear, how many batteries. It's like all in a day's work out here.
Oh, it's looking interesting.
Amazing.
What we're trying to recreate is this idea that we get to see inside Mfana's mind as to what he knows. At least we can give a little window to the audience as to what Mfana sees. Got a very vivid memory of all these things, so we get to at least see a little bit of it.
We wanted to try and create a story that goes into the various complexities.
Yeah, really challenging, trying to reflect the reality of how these busts actually happen. And we'll see if we have it when we get to the edit. Friday night, and it's movie night here in Coutada 11, and we are getting to show the anti-poaching team and their families episode 1 of Guardians for the first time. So it's going to be really interesting to see what their reactions are.
Sitting watching those guys see themselves on such a big screen for the very first time in their lives, it was quite a magical moment.
I think it was really, really cool for them to see and appreciate the hard work that these guys are actually putting in.
We are incredibly grateful for Mfana and his team's time. The stop was actually really nice. It was awesome. And we hope on some level we can do it justice and tell a story that really connects with people and allows people to connect with the lives of these rangers and gets a good message out there for conservation as a whole.